Rightio guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a 1994 case backhoe in the workshop. We have a few little leaks, very dirty machine. I have a small leak from the fuel pump. I need to have a look at and repair. I'm assuming it might be an O-ring or a gasket in the top governor plate. Bit of a clean up. Then we have a cylinder leaking from here, so we'll repair and replace the seals in that. The air filter warning light is coming on. The hydraulic oil warning light, not oil, the hydraulic filter warning light is coming on. I've just seen we're missing a bolt on the exhaust there. We'll get into it, maybe service it, and hopefully we can fix that fuel pump. That's my main concern. Rightio guys, here we're at the pump. Got to pull this cover off because it's leaking just under here. So I've disconnected the throttle linkage. I've moved the AC lines out of the way. First we're going to get off the throttle linkage here, the governor linkage. Now this is in two parts, this piece. So the first piece will come up. And then the second part is this one here. In here there's splines, so that's where it controls the governor shaft. So just be wary of when you take it out to put it back in the same spot. So you just wiggle it and it will come up and then spin around on the spring, and you can pull it all out as one unit. Sometimes it's best to get a screwdriver just to help you. And you see that goes like that, straight down on the unit. Then we're going to take the return fuel line off, which is a 17 mil. Get the crush washer. And just move that out of the way. And then behind here is, just behind here, there's a idle screw. We'll take that out because it's actually spring loaded internally. Try not to change the adjustments on anything. So you just screw her out. And then we've got 4 Allen keys here, or Allen key bolts. Now when you lift this lid, no springs are going to go flying, but there is a spring attached to the governor lever. So you just wiggle it up. It's got a dowel locator in the back corner. You just give it a wiggle like that. And if you look carefully inside, there is a spring here. You can just see it just in there. You have to hold this pin here with your finger. Do not lose it. This is spring loaded as well, this pin. Tilt it to a side and push the spring in to disconnect it. With this linkage, be careful with it. Hold it with 2 fingers. Bring it out. And that will just slide out of its little spot. And that's it there. See that? And that is the O-ring that's leaking. This actually doesn't even look like its original O-ring. It's a bit too small. Looks like it's changed in the past and put the wrong one in. Let's get the right one. Rightio guys, here we are. So this is the right O-ring. If you have a look at it, it's actually shaped the same as the part. It is, and it's flat and tall. So that sits, if I get it right. Oh, can't get it in. So that sits in there like that. It's not a standard round O-ring. Rightio guys, now that we've got the right gasket in there, now we have this piece. Now this goes, that's the actual governor lever there. You can see the governor weights inside there. This spins, the faster it goes, pulls these weights out and backs the revs off so your engine don't run away. So this sits on top. Then you grab your cover while holding that in. Grab your spring, and you turn this, and you try to hook that, excuse my hands, into there. So you can see it goes into that part there. You can see there. Just double check that your gasket's still in. So you push it in that hole, turn it, line the dowels up, and put your bolts back in. Alright guys, then we've got the idle adjustment screw. It goes in the back here. Now do not turn it from this nut here, as that will muck up your adjustment. What you will need is a screwdriver from the back, and just gently screw it in until it sits down. So I've got new O-ring, new crush washer, because it's actually got a seal here because that goes into the head of the pump here. And just gently screw it back in. Then you grab the 13mm and lock that off. nice and snug, and that's it. Okay, now that that's on, we're going to put the governor return spring on. So that goes on in there, and the plastic holds it in place. One thing I forgot to mention, guys, whenever you open up a fuel pump, please keep everything clean when putting it back together, or even before opening that, clean it. You're going from here, it's a direct path to your injectors, and any crap goes in here, it goes to your injectors. So clean, 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 clean. Like your mother used to tell you, clean, clean. So then we've got this part. You're going to bring it this way first to locate the spring in the pulley, not in the pulley, in the hook. And then you're just going to slowly rotate it. Don't push down yet. You're going to rotate it into place by keeping that part of the spring down. It's not working. So what we'll do, have to make sure that that plastic goes underneath. That's it. That's it. And then just keep turning it. Oh, sorry. So you get it into place. There. Now guys, to see if you've adjusted it partially correct, inside this hole you'll actually see the lever moving on that spring. If you don't see the spring moving, you actually got too much tension on it. So what I do is I bring it back up a bit, I go back and I'll relocate it after, like backwards, as if it's accelerating, and then come back. And then I can watch the shaft inside. And to me, that's still a little bit too tight. Like it's still on the spring. You'll see inside the hole anyway, so. There's another bite. It's just in here, you'll see it moving. So yep, that's moving the lever back to the stop. So it's actually going back on the stop that we put in here. And then when I start moving it, it goes to full and then works off that other little spring in the pin. And then we put the accelerator lever on, which goes in there. No, I'll fix something first. The spring has actually come out underneath on the plastic bush, and what will happen is when I tighten it up, it'll actually lock it. It won't be able to rotate properly. Now we put our throttle linkage on. Make sure that moves. So that moves like that. So when it bottoms out, it actually has spring tension, spring relief. So tighten that one up. Then we have our fuel return. And these, you can't put any old banjo in there. It's actually got a relief valve built in. So you see it's got a relief valve on the inside, so it must go back with this one because that's setting, that's preset pressure. Do that one up. Just double check everything moves again. And now we'll check if it starts. Alright, now that that's all done, I haven't hooked up throttle linkage or nothing back in case I have to readjust it, but I'm very, very confident I'm in the right spot. Well, that I believe is called success. Got a small leak here which I'll fix that now. It's probably just needs to be a bit more tightened. Around there is fine. Job done. Rightio, that's caught a win, I reckon. Join me next time when we tackle the hydraulic cylinder and I'll show you how to rebuild one of those. See you next time.